life, we become sons of God. But you need to understand this, because the very thing that's happening to Joseph is a picture of what should be happening to us. Watch this. So you can take, like the story of Joseph that we've been reading, you can take that and you can pray that out. So if I'm taking the story of Joseph, I'm praying this out right here. So let me give you an example of how I would pray this out before I move forward a step deeper. Go over to Proverbs 22:29. I'm coming right back to that Genesis 41. But go over to Proverbs 22:29. And it says, do you see any truly competent workers? They will serve kings. The King James says, do you see a man who excels in his work? He will stand before kings rather than working for who? Ordinary people. You are not normal, nor should anything about you be normal. You are not ordinary. Stop settling for less than God's best. So watch this. Because how did Joseph come all the way up to the top? The blessing. Okay. All right, let me slow down and speed up at the same time. Okay. Proverbs 10:22. The blessing of the Lord, it what? It does what? Watch this. It's the cause of me being rich. Watch this. It maketh me. It's pushing me into a greater position. Watch this. It's like if I push you in your back, you're going to know you're being pushed. Watch this. If you're not feeling a push, you got to ask yourself, are you wearing the coat? There should be something in you that says, God has more for me. He has better for me. And I'm not going to stop until I get everything that he has for me. I'm going to get up out this pile. I'm not going to be average. I don't do anything ordinary. I don't work for anybody ordinary. Watch this. He says, do you see a man that's competent will stand before kings? Joseph ended up in the king's palace because there was a certain level of competency that he carried about himself that allowed him to minister and consult with kings. That's supposed to be us. Folks, listen to me. You should at least be skilled in one area where I should be able to pay you to consult me. Did y'all hear what I just said? I don't care if it's catching ants. I don't care if it's killing flies. You should at least be skilled enough in one area of your life that watch this, you're so skilled that your skill requires either you to promote me or either to pay me. Everybody in here should have at least one area in their life that they're skilled enough to be promoted or paid. That's for free. I can go to a conference and get paid $10,000 to teach. I don't teach that same thing. And I'm sitting here and y'all sitting here and you better catch this, because these ain't crumbs I'm dropping and these ain't nuggets. I'm trying to make sure this is gold I'm dropping in your life. So you better make sure you're putting some value on what I'm teaching you. Because if you can catch this, you'll come up. If you can catch this, you'll never be broke another day in your life. Watch this. So it brings them before kings. Go over to that Proverbs 23:4 while you right there. And then I'm going to move. Go over to that Proverbs 23:4 and then I'm going to move. Because remember, when you got back over there in Genesis 41, he says the spirit of wisdom. He was looking for a man with the spirit of wisdom. That's in Ephesians. So I would pray that Ephesians, that the spirit of wisdom, that I operate in the spirit of wisdom. If you operate in the spirit of wisdom, let me ask you this. The devil will try to trick you and make you think that you don't know stuff. But catch this now. There's stuff that you don't know that you do know. Okay, all right. I'm going to say it again. You'll get into a situation and we get frantic or fearful. You can't be in fear and in faith at the same time. So catch this now. Fear is coming because I don't know my authority as a son, or I don't know what God said as a son. Because if I know what he said, why would I worry? Are you following me? So catch this now, because when I'm gonna get ready to show this to you though. So you got to understand that this blessing is designed to overtake your life. It's that Deuteronomy 28. It's designed to overtake your life to where you're no longer working and worrying, but now you're worshiping and you're thanking God for the life that He gave you. Most of the time, we're working through life instead of worshiping through life. So you know things that you don't know that you do know. What do you mean by that? Meaning, the day you get born again, Holy Spirit comes to live on the inside of you. He's the Spirit of truth. He doesn't know some things. He knows all things. So catch this. Even when you don't know, you have, watch this, you got inside help. It's like a woman knows when a man is cheating. She don't know, but she do know. Watch this, she do know because there's an intuition. Watch this. The same way you think that there are things that you don't know, you got to stop saying, I don't know what I'm going to do and I don't know. You do know. You know everything because you know who to go to get the answers for what you don't know. Are you following me? So you got to remember. So we made a movie theater. We put this movie theater back together in 5 months. We gutted this whole building in 5 months. Me and Dean Collins put this movie theater back together in 5 months. It was none but the hand of the Lord. But we put it back as a movie theater. I ain't never owned no movie theater. I didn't know how to put together no movie theater. The Holy Ghost led me to every single place that I needed to put a movie theater in place. Pastor, what are you saying? I'm saying when you wear this blessing, it'll lead you. It'll force you. It'll make you rich. It'll lead you into every place that you need to go that'll cause you to come up out of average living. I pray that God jerk the slack out of all of your backs up in here this morning so that you won't receive or settle for average another day in your life. Nudge your neighbor and say, you should be tired of living beneath God's best for your life. Okay, all right, come on. All right. Watch this. Let me read this and then I got to move. Watch this. Watch what this says. Don't wear yourself out. What? Come on now, because that's for some of y'all. Because some of y'all hustling and grinding, and you trying to stack that paper, and you trying to stack that paper, and I ain't telling you don't save, and I ain't telling you don't stack no paper, but I'm telling you hard work is good, but not when it's toil. How much are you gonna take with you? How much? Y'all seen a casket with pockets? Watch this. So you got to ask yourself, watch this, because most of us are working instead of running our race. We're working to get rich instead of running our race. I was telling them last service, it's ridiculous. No, you got to understand, it's ridiculous how, see, this is what the curse does. We're talking about the blessing versus the curse. They're two opposites. Satan wants you to live under the curse. The curse in the Old Testament is symbolism of Pharaoh making you make bricks with straw, meaning this is never enough. I'm never going to have enough. I got to move. Watch this. Meaning I'm never going to have enough. Meaning I'm always going to be it's just going to be just enough to survive, but I'm never going to have more than enough. That's what I'm saying. See, the sign of being rich is not how much I own, it's how much can I give. Y'all, that might be too much for everybody. Because we think riches is Floyd Mayweather and he got diamond wrists and that. Like, nobody cares what you own because you can't take any of it with you. The only thing you can take with you is what you deposit. It's not how much I have on my back or how much I'm driving and what my car is worth. The real proof of riches is how much can I give away. I'm not rich until I can give. I'm not blessed until I can give. That's the true sign of being blessed. It's not how much my clothes cost But how much could I deposit into somebody else's life to say, look at how good God is that I serve? All right, so he says, that's enough of trying to get rich. He says, be wise enough to know when to quit. Go to the next verse, and then I got to move quickly. Come on, next verse. He says, in the blink of an eye, what happens? In the blink of an eye, what happens? Wealth disappears. So I got to know what real wealth is. Because if I think that real wealth is money, then I'll spend my life on something that could disappear. Did you catch that? Do you know these combos? I went and got some. So I fast and then I eat and then I fast and eat and I go back and forth. So normally I eat twice a day. I try not to eat till 12 o'clock, and then I try to eat. I'll eat a big lunch, depending on. I like lunch is my favorite meal of the day, and so I was coming off of a little fast or whatever, and I was like, okay, I want something good to eat. It's when you want something to eat, So I said, so I went downtown and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to this sandwich shop downtown, and I said I want a sandwich. I'm gonna try this spot out, and so I went to go get a sandwich. So I ordered a sandwich. I ordered a side salad. I told him I ain't want no whole salad now. I told him just a side salad to go with the sandwich because, I ain't want to get the fries. And then I saw they had gluten-free cookies. So I said, they gluten-free, so Lord, just give me a pass. They gluten-free, And so I ordered gluten-free cookies. And so the guy said, he said $29 and some change. $29 in change for a sandwich, a side salad, and some nasty gluten-free cookies. They were nasty. Them cookies were nasty. I wanted to throw them cookies back at the window after I got up out there. So, watch this. The price of everything is going up, and it's not going back down. So watch this. No, Pharaoh's job is to try to make you live off of less while he keeps raising the price on bricks. Watch this. So you're going to have to make up in your mind, I'm not going to keep living down here while Pharaoh is raising the price of bricks because he's trying to make it to where he owns me. I'm going to put this coat on that God has given me, and I'm coming up out of the pile to where no matter how high you raise the price of bricks, my family is always going to eat. My family is always going to be provided for because this blessing is going to force me up out of this average living to where I'm going to eat what I want to eat, when I want to eat. I'm going to live how I want to live because God has caused me to be blessed. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? So watch this. Go over to that Genesis 30:22 real quick. So this blessing is what keeps me, watch this, not living in the water but above the water. No matter how high you raise prices on stuff, it don't matter what you got to get to the point. I am not going to keep living paycheck to paycheck struggling. This blessing is going to do something about my situation. The scripture says you're supposed to owe no man nothing but to love him. No, you got to make up in your mind, I'm going to live my life debt free. I'm not going to keep owing folk. You got to stop. I'm not telling you don't go borrow to go get your house. But I'm telling you that if you put this coat all the way on, I'm telling you no debt can sustain this blessing. How many of y'all got student loan bills in here? How many of y'all got credit cards? I won't even ask what else y'all got. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't care what you got. Folks, listen to me. Listen to me. And see, I went backwards again this week because y'all wouldn't let me go forward from last week. Because what I taught you last week is that if Jesus owns everything, you own everything, but it ain't clicking the spirit with y'all. So I went back again this week because I'm gonna teach it to the click. Because I'm gonna teach it to where bless you ain't just when somebody sneeze. Y'all think blessing is when somebody sneeze. Y'all ain't caught. this word, when you say this word, you don't understand what you're saying. The greatest thing you can do, listen, the three greatest things. First is that my children are born again. If my children are saved, I can go on and live life because I know I'm going to see them again on the other side. If my children are born again, first most important thing is that your children get saved. Second most important thing is that my children see me live for God so they know they need to live for God. But the third most important thing is, watch this, is not that I give my children money. Some of y'all giving y'all children money and your children are disrespectful, they rude, they lazy, they trifling, they won't take out the trash. I won't even keep going because watch it. No, you can say what you want. Listen, I'm preaching truth. I don't care what you say. Listen, no, because some of y'all done ruined your kids. And again, one of the greatest things you can give your kids is responsibility. You want to help your kids, give them something to be responsible for. So anyway, but the third greatest thing, really, for your kids, I got to move. Come on, y'all stop playing so I can hurry up and get through this. Listen, one of the greatest things that you can give your kids, watch this, it's not money, it's the blessing. That's all throughout the scriptures. I read it to you on Father's Day. The greatest thing you can confer on your kids, outside of them knowing Jesus is Lord and seeing you live all the way for God, is to put on them a blessing, because the blessing removes the curse. Removal of the curse removes the toil. Removal of the toil removes the fatiguing, hard labor with no realized results where they never get anywhere in life. So the greatest thing you can do is put your hands on your kids at night and say, I call you blessed from the crown, from the sole of your feet to the crown of your head. The goal is not for you to be a financial center for the rest of your life for your kids and be their God and they never get to know who God is for themselves. All right, Genesis 30:22. It says, so I'm going to paraphrase this real quick. So we're picking up right here in Genesis chapter 30:22. A long story short, we've been talking about Joseph for the last couple of weeks. Joseph's daddy's name was Jacob. Jacob eventually got his name changed to Israel. I'm going to teach you that in a couple of weeks. But his name was Jacob. Jacob, he went out one day, went out in the city. He saw a girl that he had to have. He fell in love with her at first sight. Kind of how I did first lady when I saw her. I was like, that's me right there. That's me right there. He fell in love at first sight with this girl named Rachel. Let me catch y'all up to speed because I don't have time to go through the whole chapter. So let me catch you up to where we are. So he falls in love with this girl named Rachel. So he asks her daddy, Laban. He says, look, that's me. I want to marry her. The daddy pulls a switcheroo on him and tricks him. He says, in order to get Rachel, my daughter Rachel, you first got to marry Leah. The problem is the Bible said Leah wasn't the prettiest. Leah needed some work. She was a little hard on the eyes. Leah was a little hard on the eyes. I don't know if they had the same mama or not, but Leah was hard on the eyes. So he made Jacob, he made him work 7 years for the chick he didn't want. Then he made him work another 7 years for the chick he really wanted. And then he worked another 6 years for a total of what? 20 years. Catch this now. He's working for this dude that's changed his wages 10 times. That's a sign of the world system for God's children where they fluctuate and change things to keep us off balance so we never get ahead. Laban changed his pay 10 times so he would never get ahead. Now, in the process of this, before we get to verse 22, long story short, the first 21 verses, Leah, the one he didn't want, he ends up having 6 kids by her. When she couldn't have no more kids, she sent her maid in to sleep with him. He had 2 kids by her maid. Rachel, the one he really loved, was barren and couldn't have kids. When she couldn't have kids, she sent her maid in to have kids by him. Her maid had 2. So now he got 10 big grown boys before he has Joseph, the 11th boy, and that's where we're picking up at. Are y'all with me so far? Tell your neighbors that's a lot of house drama. A lot of house drama with a lot of baby mama. Okay, all right. So watch this. Then God remembered Rachel's plight and answered her prayers, enabling her to have children. Okay, go ahead. She became pregnant and gave birth to a son. God has removed my disgrace, she said. And she named him Joseph, for she said, may the Lord add. His name is powerful. I don't have time to teach on that. May the Lord add yet another son to my family. His name means to add, to be big, to enlarge. Whole nother story. Soon after Rachel had given birth to Joseph, Jacob said to Laban, watch this. This is very prophetic biblically. Jacob says to Laban, he says to his father-in-law, Jacob says to Laban, which is his father-in-law, he says, catch this now. You got to catch this in the spirit. He says, please what? Please release me. Now, catch this now. Let me try to take my time through this. Because the spirit of Laban, it is the spirit that fights against increase. This boy been working for you for 20 years. He's made you rich, but he's settled for less because he made you rich. And now, catch this, the devil is good as long as you don't want your own. He don't mind you working. He don't mind you making bricks with straw, as long as you don't want to own anything. And now when he finally has this promised child, the one he loves, he's finally, watch this. See, you got to be so very careful that situations don't make you put your coat on. You should put the coat on before the situations happen. He got forced into having to wear the blessing because he finally got the child that he wanted. But watch this. Up until that point, he had gotten comfortable. And that's what some of y'all are. Some of y'all have gotten lazy. You've gotten comfortable. Look, I'm going to be honest with y'all. This might sound crazy. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I had gotten comfortable with 3 campuses. I had gotten comfortable with 3 campuses. And watch this. But that blessing won't let you stay average. I felt that pushing my back about that 4th campus. And watch this. No, some of you've gotten comfortable on the bottom. As long as you got just enough to pay your Dominion Power and pay your Netflix bill, you good. You satisfied with not being blessed to be a blessing. But you're wrong for that. You're wrong for not coming all the way up to where God is calling you to be. Watch this now. He says, prophetically, he says to that boy, he says, Jacob said to Laban, please what? Please release me. Please release me. Now you got to catch this. Because if you've been in the same position for the last 5 years, the last 10 years, the last 15 years, if you've been stagnant and you haven't seen any movement in your life and you haven't seen any increase in your life and you still in that hamster's wheel going through the same struggles year after year after year after year, then it's time out and you got to tell the devil, release me and release my stuff. That's enough. You're not going to keep holding on to me and holding on to my stuff. I refuse to keep losing and living like I'm living. There's no reason for you to keep living in the same predicament, in the same spot for 5 and 10 and 15 years unless the enemy has a hold on you. No, you got to be self-aware enough to realize that if I'm still in the same place I was last year, something is wrong. Joseph went from 17 years old to the time he was 30. My thing is this, it should be some movement in your life. Watch this. No, that spirit of Laban is a spirit that fights against your increase. It's a spirit that want to keep you in the same position, the same predicament where you don't believe for more, where you believe for maintaining. Believing for maintaining is a sin because he says this blessing will make you fruitful and cause you to multiply. How you going to be believing just just to maintain and hold on what you got, as if you ain't supposed to be spreading this blessing and increasing and multiplying so you can help somebody else. How selfish can you be to only want? No, you know what selfishness is? Let me help you. Let me help you. Selfishness is it's like sitting in a restaurant and I'm the only one with food while everybody else is watching me eat. And that's what some people are. And you don't understand that when I'm only thinking of me and just enough for me to maintain me and my house, and I won't put this coat on, do you know that your whole family needs you to be blessed? Your pastor needs you to be blessed. Your church needs you to be blessed. Your community needs you to be blessed. You don't understand that your life is not just for you. Your life is for others to draw from, to be an extension of. This blessing is designed for others to pull up off of it, to know the goodness of God, to know that God uses people to bless people. No, you got to catch this. So watch this. This Laban spirit is designed to keep you small. It's designed to tie you down so you cannot rise up and live life with destiny. It hinders you from being released so you can never bear good fruit. Are y'all hearing anything I'm teaching you? Come on, because I ain't got but a few minutes. Watch this. Okay, so it's like this. All right. Most of y'all got somewhere to live at and y'all gonna go home to an apartment or a house or somewhere. Okay, watch this now. Laban's job is to keep you out of the gates, but if he lets you in, I'm talking about the spirit of Laban, is to keep, it's symbolism of the curse versus the blessing. His job is to keep you out of the gate, but if you get in the gate, his job is just to keep you confused in the gate. Okay, what you mean by that? Okay, so most of y'all got a house or an apartment that y'all will go to. Now, catch this now. The totality of your house is not the first room you step in. It's just one room in the house. So when you step in your house, most of y'all got a foyer, or you got an opening, or you come into the dining room, or you're going to come into the living room, or you're going to come into a room. But there are more rooms in the house. The devil's job is to let you only get saved as long as you never get access to the rest of the rooms in the house. He don't mind you coming in the door. He don't want you in the door. But if you get in the door, stay right there at the door. Just don't explore all that God has for you. Am I losing y'all? Because watch this. If I go into another room in the house, I might have a bathroom. I might have a bedroom. I might have a closet. But each of those doors represents access to a different part of his goodness and his grace, to a different part of his blessing in my life. But if I never put the coat on, I'll never explore the rest of the house, and I got saved, but I never get to enjoy the fruits of being a son in the house because I only stood at the front part of the house of which I came into. And I'm telling you that if you ever make Satan release you, there's so much more for you to explore in the house of being a child of God. I'm telling you that you got to stop thinking small. Like, no, seriously. Like, go fill your car up with gas. Like, stop this $20, $10 stuff. No, that vexes. No, I'm telling you. No. Believe God to fill your tank up every time you go. I just told you, combos cost $15 now. You can't even eat a combo. You're a family of 4, family of 6 going to Chick-fil-A. That's $60, $80, $100 just to go to Chick-fil-A. Stop playing. I'm telling you got to come up. No, because the price ain't going down, so you're going to have to come up. You have to come up and put this coat on. Are you hearing what I'm trying to tell you? So watch this now. He says, soon he asked them to release him so I can go home. Keep going. Next verse. Come on. I got to go. Let me take my wives and my children, for I have earned them by serving you. See, he had to get into a conflict to let the Lord begin to activate that blessing on his life. He had that baby boy Joseph, that was his prized possession by the woman he loved, and then he finally realized, I've been a slave all this time. When you going to wake up, watch this, is when you going to wake up and realize that I'm no longer a slave, but I'm supposed to be a son. When you going to realize that you got access to every room in the house. When you going to realize that the refrigerator, you can go in it and you can get access to anything that's in the refrigerator. I'm a son. I can have access to it all. Watch this. He says, you have earned by serving me. He says, let me take my wives and my children. He says, that's the least you can give me. He says, I've served you for 20 years. And let me go on my way. And certainly you know how hard I've worked for you. Go ahead, next verse, come on. He says, please listen to me, Laban replied. I've become wealthy. Watch this. For the Lord has what? The Lord has what? Because of who? Y'all see that? Does that not sound like anything that we read about Joseph? That everywhere he went, that the house was blessed because he was in the house? The Lord blessed his father-in-law because he was there. Folks, listen to me. Y'all ready for this? There are people that can be excelling off of your blessing and eating off your blessing, and you never get to live off of your own blessing. Watch this. The blessing was on him. Another man prospered because of what was on him, but he never prospered because of what was on him. You can be blessed and not, watch this, and not fully actively engage in worrying or acknowledging what's on your life because you refuse to open other doors that God has already put in the house for you. You see, it's like this. Sometimes you can help others and can't help yourself. Sometimes your gift, it seems like your gift works better for others than it works for you. Sometimes you can give advice to other people, but you can't figure out your own life. Some of y'all get the best advice to other folk. You just can't take your own advice. You don't know how to run your own life, but you give great advice. Some of y'all are great counseling other folk. But watch this. He's busy helping other folk prosper, but watch this, he's not eating his own food that he's cooking. Watch this. No, it's like some of y'all, you know the right thing to do. You just can't bring yourself to wear it. You can't bring yourself to do what you know is right. If one of your friends was in your situation, you would give them perfect advice. You just can't seem to take your own. And he says, watch this. The Lord has blessed me because you're here. Folks, listen to me. No. If you're not declaring this blessing over your life every single day, you're doing something wrong. And it's not the sneeze bless you. When you say bless you, it's I'm conferring wealth, fruitfulness, and multiplication over myself. When Jabez said, Lord, bless me indeed, it's, watch this. No, he said, look, Lord, I want you to put on me everything that's on you so that everything in my environment begins to look like the Garden of Eden. Why wouldn't you every day of your life start praying, Lord, bless me indeed. Enlarge my territory, Lord. Lord, use me in a way. See, folks, listen to me. Like some of y'all you're not running your race. You're working for things. You're not working to please God. The Bible says all your labor should be unto the Lord. When you go to work tomorrow, I want you to try this. Because some of you, the blessing is right there. You just won't put it all the way on. When you put this thing on, that favor that favor will hit your whole house. That favor will run through your whole house and everything. Like right now, we need so much money to do everything God is telling us that God has given me vision for to do. When I tell y'all, I'm so far out in the deep where I'm believing God so big that if you're not dreaming, you're not wearing your coat. I'll show it to you next week. It's all in the scriptures. If you're not dreaming, I'm going to show you where this boy went into the dream dimension again, just like Joseph. If you're not dreaming, you just making bricks with straw. Said, Lord, I believe you have greater. I believe that I'm supposed to not be average, not be ordinary. Walk in where the blessing. This blessing is designed to make me fruitful, to multiply me and my family. I decree and declare that this is the smallest I will ever be in my life. I'm getting out of the pile. I'm not working for wealth. Wealth is in the kingdom. I thank you, Lord, that the blessing is on my mind for supernatural strategies, supernatural inventions. I thank you, Lord, that this blessing will make me large enough to take care of many others, to glorify you in the process. No longer, God, will I allow toil, struggle in my life without seeing the benefits. Release me, Satan, from this toil. I decree and declare that the blessing is washing out my debt. In the mighty name of Jesus.